早急に取り掛かるぞ。
East 1. The Dora is the 9 of Bams. The player is West.
I'd love to see some tile drawing magic here.
Let's see how this battle unfolds.
Maybe it is better to hold back without any east tiles visible.
The player, already 2 tiles to Tempai.
This hand is really beginning to come together.
Who's going to make the first call here? The player is already 1 tile to Tempai.
This hand is very near completion.
This table is so quiet I could hear a pin drop. The player across drops a pair. Any calls on this? Took a pass for now. Oh wow, and there's a call. Who's going to pull away from the pack? The player on the left continues to discard simples. How are the players going to approach this hand? No one dares to make the first move. What to do with still holding back? Oh, making a move here. The player is still no calls. Ah, geez! The player on the right, a very swift win off the wall.
The player on the right, a very favorable start.
East 2, the Dora is the 1 of dots. The player is south. The player on the right is in first.
At the moment, this is anyone's game.
This is not an easy spot to work around. The player, first place, is well within striking range.
Decided that cracks aren't worth chasing.
Who will come out on top in this confrontation? Any calls on this? Took a pass for now. The player, 1 step in the right direction.
Betting on an influx of dots here.
Whatever happens, it'll be something to talk about. The player, 2 tiles to Tempai.
The next few tiles could make a huge difference.
What to do with this tile? Oh, making a move here. The player, is it? The player, Tempai!
This hand has a good weight and plenty of value.
Oh my!
No.
There it is! The player across takes a beating.
That hand was quicker than lightning. The player.
I'm simply blown away. East 3. The Dora is the 5 of dots. The player is East. The player is coming off a spectacular hand.
Moving into first place, at least for the moment.
The stage is set. Anything can happen. Things are at a standstill. The player, 2 tiles to Tempai.
This is the...
Any calls on this time? Took a pass for now. The air is tense as the players take their turns. Another useless draw. The player is already one tile to tenpai.
Certain tiles will fit right into this hand. Others will...
The player, tenpai. Who's going to make the first call here? Still holding back. This table is... Oh my!
No.
There it is! I hear a roan!
A very impressive finish.
The player is not letting up! East 3, one counter. The Dora is the 2 of cracks. The player is East. The player finished the last hand quick and dirty.
The player remains in the lead.
Now, let's watch how things develop. Another useless draw. This hand is going nowhere. Things are at a standstill. Oh wow, and there's a call. Any calls on? Took a pass for now. The player, 2 tiles to tenpai.
This hand is really beginning to come together.
Oh.
The player on the right already calls a second meld. What to do with still holding back? The player, making a move here.
This lifts a heavy burden.
The player, is it still no calls? The player is already 1 tile to tenpai.
This hand is very near completion.
Look at that Dora. Excellent evasive action. The air is very tense at this moment. The player's going for it.
That tile made it through.
Ah, jeez! The player on the right. What an incredible win off the wall!
With a fine play, no doubt about it.
East 4. The Dora is the 8 of cracks. The player is North. Heading into the final hand of the match.
The player, a Mangan, will take first.
Well, it's hard to know just how this will turn out. The player, 1 step in the right direction.
This is the point where skill really factors in.
The player across already calls a second meld. The player, that's progress.
This hand is really beginning to come together.
The player, 2 tiles to tenpai. Any calls on this tile? Took a pass for now. That's the last tile, still holding back. What to do? Still no calls. Excellent evasive action. The player is already 1 tile to tenpai.
This hand looks nothing like it did at the start.
1 step in the wrong direction. Look at that Dora! The player, 1 tile to tenpai.
It's important to find the best possible weight.
The player across. The player Is it time for a call?
リーチ
Chasing Deech! Oh my! He
No.
pots! I hear a roan!
Wow, what a show. I'm very curious about the results here.
I'm simply blown away!
リーチ一発三色ドラドラ金番
The player came from behind and won it!
全然なってない。全てやり直せ。